notebook and minimal use of your phone, unless it is where you're going to write notes from. Yes, good morning once again. Help me give your neighbor a high five and welcome them for today's training. We have said a little bit late. Yes, it's an amazing week. I'm called Mulindwa Stephen Kisache, that's my name. And I'm very excited to be the one to train you today. How many of you are seeing me for the very first time? Put up your hand up straight and high. 3 people here. Yes, a few months ago I got started here at Okata Wellness. And I'm very excited about the journey and how things are unfolding. Today, we want to talk about something very nice and exciting, and that is a skill we all know called prospecting. The art of talking to people, the art of making new friends, the art of breaking the ice, getting somebody to answer you back when you ask them, how are you? What do they say? Fine. The art of getting somebody to talk to you, and then with the mission of getting to know them better. This one is an art and a science. What do I mean? An art. There is no formula to it, but also it's a science because the last time I was here, there are things you can learn and do, proven. You get it? And then you can learn. Today we are going to talk about conquering the fear of prospecting. This is so common among new people. You see, we are doing network marketing, and in the kind of business we do, we are expected to talk to people, and we're expected to build teams. When you start, usually when you're doing the presentation, we start by saying you. We start as you with with a dream, and that is what we are looking at. You must have a dream. When you have a dream, then you are qualified to start a business, and that is when you pay that registration fee, and you partner with which company? Please answer me. Which company? So when you become an authorized distributor, or we call you an independent business owner with Okata Wellness Solutions, the driving force should be your dream. Now, when you have the dream, you are expected to build what we call a system, because what you've just started is a business, and business owners build what we call what? Systems. When we track back a little bit to what we call the cash flow quadrant on how money moves around the world, we talk about the 4 categories of people who make money, and we say that there are people we call the employees. Those are the ones that have what we call jobs, and they are assigned to a salary that is decided by the boss. And every other day they report for work. The days they work are decided by who? The boss. The days they're off are decided by who? Please say after me, the boss. The days they work are decided by who? When you want to be off, you ask permission from who? When you go on to bury, you ask permission from your boss. Everything is done by the boss, and they decide how much money you pay and how many days you work. Now, there is freedom here, but not so good. You get it? In fact, there is no freedom. Let me be straight. Other people get tired. They become self-employees, whereby you start your own job. You employ yourself. No work, no pay. For as long as you have your shop, when you open it, you make money. But the days you don't open, you make money? No. Now, these guys make a lot of money in Chikuwa downtown. But the days they go for burial, because their mother died, that week they're still mourning, they don't make any what? Any money. And their challenge is one, these ones don't have job security. These ones cannot trust their businesses in the hands of other people because they make losses when they do that. You get it? So they fear. Now, they are also business owners because they start their own job. You understand? Business where they work for themselves. Now, the difference we have between these guys and these guys, we call them the big business owners. Let me use letter B. Is that these ones are able to form what we call a system. They start a business just like they start a business, but these people set up a system that is able to use other people, and they still make money. When these guys try to use other people, they have to be there to monitor and inspect everything. Altogether, if they leave, other people will not give them the efforts they need because they don't have a system. And that means they lose money altogether in days. Time is money. Now, what these guys do different from them is that they set up a system that gets other people to work. And this system uses other people's money, other people's experience, other people's time, etc. Other people, other people, other people. So I employ 10 people and I tell them 8 hours a day, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Maybe that is how many hours? Maybe 8. Let's say 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are how many hours? 10. So you guys are working for 10 hours and you 5. We talked about 10 workers. You know what's going to happen? In 10 hours, my business will actually work for 100 hours. It is leveraging other people's time. You understand? And time is money. Now, you cannot go broke if you're able to compress 100 hours within 10 hours. Do you still get my point? Now, why should we prospect, which is the art of finding other people to talk to so that we can really see if they have a need for what we have as a business so that they can join our business? It's because we want to get into this quadrant of using other people's time, but this time we're not using them as our employees. The other side, I hire you. I buy your time. You work so hard for me, I pay you once a month. Here, I get you started. I help you learn how to build your own business. But because I am your team leader and you're in my team, even when you're independent business owner, I leverage from your hours you're doing business because you're in my team. I'll explain that later. All together? So, system. Now, because they form a system, 100 hours compressed in 10 hours makes you a lot of money. You know why they give these people a salary? It's because every other day you report for work. You may not see it, but there is money you make for your boss just by showing up and doing what he tells you to do for them as your job assignment. Are we together? Are we together? So, let's say you make this guy unknowingly, every time you show up, 100,000 shillings. That is small money to someone. You'll be like, I only make him 100,000. That is if he allows you to know that you make him 100,000 the day you show up. You know it? Most times they don't even allow you to know any other detail. They tell you to mind your what? They tell you to mind your what? Your business. Are we together? Now, you are 10. So you are 10 workers, and each is making him 100,000. That is how much money in UGX? 1 million Ugandan money. So every single day is making 1 million Ugandan money, and probably of the 100,000, you know these bosses are wise. They can't give you more than 10%. Even 10% is big. You get it? That means for the let's keep it at 10%. Tithe, zakat. You understand? So now that means for every 100,000, you take home 10K. So for every 1 million, he gives out 100K. That means he goes home clean with how much? And he has not put his time. It's called leveraging other people's efforts that don't know. So that is in the other side. Now, when it comes to network marketing, you partner with Okata and you want to be a business owner. So you must learn how to set a system. And that system we use, the modern way of doing business system, is called multi-level marketing, or you can call it network marketing. So you have to learn how to network. Now, what is networking? Connecting. Your phone is a networker. So different phones are different networkers. They collect signals. They're always alert with, those bars, you know them, isn't it? On your phone, the signal bars, you know them? Now, the phone has to be alert all the time to pick signals. So if your friend or mother calls, you are able to receive the signals of that call and pick that phone call using your receiver, the one you call your phone, isn't it? So that means a networker is supposed to have signals on all the time. Key points to note. If you are a business person here in Okata, building business as a networker, the phone, your signals have to be up. Yes or yes? You should never be caught off guard. Do you get what I mean? Like, I was just there, I didn't see that guy coming, so I missed sponsoring him. I just went to that party and then I just didn't intend to get any contact. But then I'm surprised. Jonathan has invited that guy that we were with at the party the other day. And then that is not a networker. That means your phone has bagwita mulongoti. Guba gufudde mufuna bulungi. You get my point? Kati omulongoti kwesimu egufa, sorry for the people international. When the signal receiver dies in your phone, is that still a phone? Is it still a phone? You take it to these guys who work on them. Over they are called what? Phone mechanics. Clap for the phone mechanics. They are called technicians. The phone technicians. And then they're supposed to work on the signal so that it comes back. Now, you guys have come here so that me, the technician, I get your masks or your receivers to get back in line. Please clap for the technician. So now, system, network marketing. Now, what is network? You're supposed to network. Those of you who did computer science, you know what we call networking, connecting computers and all that. So this involves what we call people. So you must be good with people now, because you have to connect with people, because it is people you need for business. What do I mean? If you're going to build a system, left, right, we talk about sponsoring on the left and sponsoring on the... Sponsoring is the art of getting somebody started in business and teach them what you do, if it is right. Are we together? Now, when you sponsor Alex and Bridget, you have networked to sponsor them. And networking is a process. The first step is this one. It's called what? Prospecting. Asking questions. Tapping them on the back. Facebook calls it poking. Poke. Are we together? So that somebody looks back and they're like, oh. And then you say, how are you? And stuff like that. Now, when you poke, which you call prospecting, you want to identify if, or you want to find out if somebody has what you call needs. Sometime back I was here, maybe 2 weeks ago, I said, business, what you call business is actually a solution you have found to be sorting what people have as what? As needs. Are we together? Now people have money needs. They are broke. Like all of us are broke. Not you. Where I was. You understand? We were broke. We needed what? Money. Others are sick. They need our products. Others are tired of people asking for money from them. So they want to give them a business. So they have to start business so that they can refer them to their new business. So those people can work for them and stop asking for free money. All together. Now, you have to learn how to identify needs. Now, the art of asking questions that will let someone on table to see if they have needs is what we call prospecting. And it is an art. You can design it. All together. And you can learn how it is done right. And things can be easy for you after some time. Those of us on phone, please stop. Okay. Most people fear talking to people, asking them questions that can get these people to open up, to show that they're needy. Are we together? Now, today, our slide here is designed to help you simplify prospecting by learning how to overcome the fear, which is false evidence appearing real. You look at somebody, their face is a bit gloomy, and you think they're mean. And if you open up or break the ice and talk to them, you realize that the face and the heart are different people. You understand? You understand? And you're like, wow, this babe, like we call ladies, or this guy, altogether, should be mean. But then, when you break the fear and you go out and talk to them, sometimes you realize that, I had a wrong perspective about the guy. Guy is so easy. You understand? And he's so friendly. For the last 4 days, we've been chatting, and he's really so friendly. And now he's ready to come today to see my business. You cannot invite until you prospect. You can only invite when you have identified that somebody has a need. When I send you a message, that's a prospecting message. Sometimes you call them invitation messages. Those that don't have a need for what you have put in a message will not respond to the message. But those that respond to the message simply give you signals to show you that they have what we call what? And your message seems to have ideas about the solution they are looking for. So they will come back to you. Now, before they come, you have to attack. Are we together? Now, that is what we want to talk about today. What is prospecting? Point number one, everybody read for me. 1, 2, 3, It's a proactive money-making activity, proactivity. When you learn how to prospect, you are setting yourself up for big money in the future. It is you reaching out to people to have a conversation with them and see if they can open up. For example, you are at the mosque and the swala is done. Now together? And then you don't just get your shoes and walk away. You get to where you pick your shoes and you try to put on your pumps, pola and pola. So that another one comes and they are trying to put on their pumps, and then you say assalamu alaikum. And then they're like, they answer back. And then you're like, my name is Amina. What's your name? And then because it is Ramadan, it is easy. They don't want to be mean. You get it? They will tell you, my name is Hadija. And you're like, wow, nice meeting you, Hadija. How is Ramadan taking you? And then they answer back. Oh, it's a bit hot these days. You understand? And then you bridge that gap by trying to talk to them. You don't have to be so, complicated. You have to let the conversation flow naturally. You know, sometimes you want to be so complicated, to change from your personality to become maybe James, to become maybe John, maybe Juma. Because Juma is our new student stage and talked the other day. No, be natural. All together. It is a money-making activity. So if you're reaching out to people and you are trying to create conversations with people to see if they can open up to you, to show you that they have a need for you to take the next step, that is prospecting. So as a network marketer, you have to be so good. In fact, we call it professional. At starting what we call what? Conversations. And this is how we talk about things like the eye contact. This is how we talk about things like being easy with everybody that you meet. That is how we talk about things like the handshake, apart from Mpox these days. But you can greet people. Hi, how are you? And you're smiling. The last time I was here, I told you the art of smiling. You stick your tongue on top of your roof and try to expose your upper teeth naturally. You get it? You do it for your neighbor. Stick your tongue on top of your roof. Try to widen your lips in the side, and then open your eyes wide, and then try to narrow them like this, and see if you're not smiling. Do it now, and we see. You're going to, you see, your natural thing is going to come out, because you're going to feel like you're doing something funny, right? Look at your neighbor. Did they smile at you? They did. You see, you're all smiling. So, if you do that, you realize your smile will start coming out. And usually, when you want to cram your smile, because you have to cram your natural smile, you close your eyes and get the feeling on your face. The next time you do it, you first close your eyes, and then you feel like, okay, in the mirror, this is what I did. You understand? And then you'll be like, so how are you? Oh, you first of all smile, and you're in the back of the line. Say it's a bank line, and you're going to meet the teller to pick some money. And then it is like 5 people ahead of you. And then you meet this guy, they are so smart, you feel like, oh, maybe they can do business with me, or they can be my referral client, or they can refer me to other people, or they can, and then you're like, okay, I admire this one. It would be nice. Their age group can be nice in my team. You understand? We can do business. And then you first of all do your smile thing before you even tap them. And then you smile your thing, and then you look around, people are looking at you, and then you realize no one is looking. Even if they are looking, then you tap them like this. When they turn, they land in your big smile already. You understand? Because when you tap, you lay the trap. You understand? You smile. So when they turn like this, they look at you, they come up. By the time they reach their face, they find a big smile, and you're like, so how are you? And then you're like, I'm fine. I'm like, I'm Steven. And then they will tell you their name. They can't be that mean if you're smiling. So as a network, you have to learn all these things. A good professional conversation starter. Start a conversation with anyone you deal with, both where? I see so many of you watching reels on Instagram and TikTok, and you're scrolling and scrolling. Me, I follow and unfollow according to the response after our prospecting. You get it? So I follow you, and then I like your things. And then I comment, I like 3 times, I comment like 5 times, and then you see that I sent you a request. Because somehow you will see this one overdid stuff on my account. You understand? I will not viral like you, those spam liking. 3 times is enough, then comment many times. You understand? And then finally send you a follow. When you come back after admiring your ways, because there are people showing their characters unknowingly. You understand? Now, when you come and you follow back, we start the conversation, and I'm like, are you okay if we share WhatsApp numbers? And if we do WhatsApp, we chat, you start that with many people in a day. Maybe I always do between 5 to 10 on a daily, and that is prospecting. You have to do it both online and offline. The border guys, you have to be selective also. You may say, I'm not doing borders, but some border guys are educated by, you know that? These guys, they have bachelor degrees. It's just that you understand? So you have to do. Then, there's what we call the name list. You have to be good at starting the conversation, but then at the end of the day, you have to target getting what we call the contacts. So if I follow you, you follow me back, I come in box, we chat, and then I ask for your contact. I'll first of all get your contact. In my name list, the book where I write names of people that I have gotten in touch with, all together, and then we build a relationship. That is prospecting. It is the art of asking the right questions that can cause someone to answer back to you with a mission of finally getting their contact so that you can now create a deeper relationship with them. That is prospecting. Now, you can start by prospecting the people that you know already, warm market, your OBs, your OGs, etc., bridging the gap. And then see if you can identify the current needs they have, and look at your business and see if it can give them that solution they are looking for. So you can also interest them in your business or product right away. It depends on how good you are. That is prospecting. Are we together? So we have to reach out to people and talk to them and see if they can be interested in what we have. Now, the person who will never grow business is he who waits for the upline to give them spillovers all the time. And they're not taking the step to reach out to more people to see if some of the more that they have reached out to can join them in the future. Are we together? Now, this is something you have to learn how to do, and you must do it. Read for me this one. No, cut. Let's do it again with a little bit of energy. 1, 2, 3, If you come to the door and you don't knock, us inside will not know you are outside. But when you knock the door, somehow one of us might hear the knock and come and open for you. Now, you will not know that somebody has a need for a business that you have or for the products that you're selling unless you ask. So we have to ask. That is knocking. And that is what we call prospecting. Are we together? The art of asking and knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking. Why do some people succeed while others do not succeed? Success is open for anyone that joins business. We all start from ground zero, same plate. But why is it that some people become successful after 1 year and other people never make it even after 5 years? Most of the time, it is because of these reasons. Number one, they are afraid of what their friends might think or say about them. You know, this one, for us who are new here, is a common virus. What will they say when they hear I'm doing Okata? That is, let me be direct, that is called, let me leave it, but you've understood. What if you bought a car and they're still using border borders after 1 year? Just because you talked to more people. Will they have anything to tell you? What if you bought a piece of land, urban, and then you put up a wonderful bungalow, and then you're driving yourself in a Mercedes Benz or a Range Rover, or Okata has given you money, and now you are, you're driving a Porsche car? What will they have to tell you? They'll start saying you're lucky, isn't it? Now create that luck by killing that people have. The fear of what friends might think about them. Such people are not business people. You want to please people. And let me tell you the whole truth. You can never please enough. Yesterday I was talking to my cousin. He's organizing his wedding. And guess what? The entire family of ours is very big. But our wedding is going to be only 30 people. We are okay by others getting annoyed for now. 30. And he told me 5 friends, 25 family members. Oh, 5 friends, 5 workmates, 20 family members. And then Papa was annoyed. No, 55, 30, so and so. We said one auntie to represent all of them. Then you pick one brother to represent the uncles. Then they are going to get annoyed. And then Nikki was like, so what? I mean, my budget is 30 people and that's it. I want it classic. And then if they want, let them come to church, provided they don't come to the reception. And then he made it weird. Friday, 1 p.m. So they run from work to church and then go away. And then the rest of us at 3, we shall have a reception. 5 p.m. we are done. It's a modern wedding. We want to go Western. Now, we are not people pleasers anymore. You understand? These things of being at the reception up to 10 p.m. and then people are looking, who is taking me home? You understand? So, why do some people fail and others succeed? It's because those that succeed have stopped that feeling of what will people say? Let me please these people. No. Every single day I make my attacks. You see, in the morning at 5, I've sent out so many messages already. Minimum 30. I'm trying to attack. And some of my friends are laughing. They're like, nice, Stephen, with your things. Again, you're on us. You understand? But then some of them, at the end of the day, they come back after weeks and they're like, hey, did you say colon detox? Now there is one ask for colon detox and I'm lucky it is back. You understand? I don't know, maybe the first time I attacked, they didn't need it. You get it? And then the other day, I was talking to my other friend, prospecting has to be continuous. I don't care what they say, because what if I help them pay the debt they have? What if? I send them up, and then they sign up a premium. And then they have some clean, maybe over 2 million. And then they are paying a debt of 500. When they be pleased with me? Now, we're not people pleasers. If you're prospecting and you want to succeed, you do not have to mind what other people are going to say about what you're telling them. Altogether, you're not a people person. I mean, a people pleaser. Those people who don't succeed, they care about other people's what? Opinions more than they care about their business. If my mission, you see, when I started Okata, this was my thing. I wanted 10 directs on my left binary and 10 directs on my right binary. So I was in a mission of sponsor, spill, sponsor, spill, sponsor, spill, sponsor, spill. And of course, I sponsored, and I still spill. Now, there are some people like A, he's comfortable, he's seeing maybe 30 people this side, but none of them is his people. You understand? What do I mean, none of them is his people? Because when it comes to the real business of Okata, if this is SK, those people are like this on me, isn't it? Now, if A is here, is this one under them? No, maybe for binary they will pay from there. So I sponsor many. This is the reason we have to sponsor. Now, we don't care what other people are going to think, because my mentor told me opinions are like a nose. Touch your nose like this. Everybody has one. That is why you touched it. So if you want to look for other people's opinions, they will give you. So we don't care about their opinions. We care about how much money we can make. So I know it's numbers game. The reason others do not succeed, they care so much about what others will say, their opinions. Keep looking and keep looking. Some will say yes. Some people don't even post on their statuses or even their social media platforms because they fear, Bagina Gamba, Ndimo Okata. Who knows Okata? Not many people know Okata, by the way. But one day they're going to know about Okata. Me, I'm praying that day they get to know about Okata. They should be seeing one of the photos, success stories as mine. So we have to start now. You see, they don't have self-confidence. And they don't even believe in the business. So they don't share. Now you must believe in the business, build so much confidence, post about your business, about your products. Don't mind what other people are going to say. Don't be a people pleaser. Build your business. By doing that, you're going to create chances of other people wanting to ask, Kakati Soko Lindeko, tell us, why are you overposting people in groups, clapping hands, dancing on parties, and the rest of their videos that we keep posting, isn't it? Then you tell them, oh, this is our new family, our business team with Okata Wellness. What is Okata Wellness? I'm like, okay, we need to talk about this. Are you very busy? Now, this lack of confidence in what you're doing is the sole reason as to why many distributors are not making it. You see, this lack of confidence is the reason many distributors go easy or go for the easy picks. That people can't build a team instead of the good prospects who are the team builders. You think about your cousin at campus and you're like, Mark, that he's going to laugh at me. But then Mark is this guy, probably is at campus, and he's like James when he was at campus. He doesn't tell you that I have chapati stores. You meet him when he's smiling, but back in his back, he's looking for money. So he has hired some guys from Ginger, and he has brought them all the way because he wants them to sell for him chapatis. You understand? And probably has bought an ice cream machine, and he has got a friend somewhere, an ice cream machine of 4.5 million. And they told him, you bring it around campus, money. And the guy is already struggling. And then you fear to tell them. I've been looking at girls when they start boutiques. It's not bad. But many people have started boutiques already. Now, and then they are beautiful and they are good, and it's the same business from like this Wadega Street to the other side. You see like 15 businesses of the same. Now, those people are struggling because there is competition that they are fighting. For customers who are not even there. You understand? How about if you went in there to one of them and you talk about business and you're like, you know what, tell me about the business. How do you find this environment? Blah, 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 blah. They will tell you, man, rent. Man. And most of them will have to rely on some other guy outside business to pay rent. You understand? And if you can talk to them and connect with them, breaking the fear, and with the mission of let me get you started in a business, you can do part-time and then we make money together just by selling something without paying rent and getting other people started so we can build a system. These people can join you. But because most people fear, they don't even make time to learn. These are just slides highlighted. But the process of prospecting can be learned. It's about talking to people. What do I lose? Sending 50 highs to 50 new contacts that I friended on TikTok. And then 50 for 5 days is 250. And many of them are mean. Let's talk about 200 of them are mean. But there are 250 I sent out to, isn't it? Then the 50 are okay. They send hello back and we share contacts. 50. If I've collected 50 contacts in a week, next week will be so busy, me trying to invite them here or for a meeting, wherever we can meet, as I'm sending to more people. And I'm getting better. And I'm getting more confident because I don't care what they say. I remember one time when James bought a Mercedes-Benz, and then some stupid comedian was trying to make fun out of the blue out of Mercedes Benz. You remember that guy, James? And then he posted, these guys, they claim to buy expensive cars because the car was looking too expensive for James. You understand? and they were saying a lot of nonsense. But us who knew the truth, the car was for James. And then their opinions didn't matter anymore. So they made noise like for a few weeks, wasn't even a few weeks, a few days. And at the end of the day, and the car is still being driven. You understand? So we don't really care what people say. That is prospecting now. The reason some people do not become successful, it's because you write down all your cousins and then you start being selective. You're like, this Mark here, the fact that he works in a bank, he's going to laugh at me. This one I'll leave him for now. But then you have not met the guy or called him to see how he's struggling with the rent. With a salary that has not been paid for maybe a month. Or they have paid him, but he has a loan that he got from his workplace, and his salary is being cut, given a quarter, 3 quarters taken to clear the loan. You understand? And just an extra opportunity to help him make maybe 300,000 a week can help him settle. Are we together? So most people do not prospect because they lack what we call self-confidence. And you please read for me this one. Self-confidence? If you're going to go and build a huge network, which is a great undertaking, you have to believe in yourself more and you have to be confident in what you're doing. Okata is huge. We have not even started it 1%. I wish we can do 5% of what this thing has. I'll call it a thing because it is huge. We would be far. But most of us, we come and we have already embraced what we call the follower mindset. When upline calls, you come. When it doesn't call you, you're there. When upline says we are meeting here, you follow. You're still in a school system. You be in there to learn, but when you have learned, please practice what you have learned. Are we together? Start talking to your friends. Hi, Mark, how are you? How is that going? How is life lately? You have an opportunity to talk about. As easy as that is prospecting, trying to even find out. Mark, tell me about your work these days. There is something others to talk about as we end the first quarter of the year 2025. Tell me how the year has started. For the first 3 months, how is life financially? They're like, we are struggling. Why? It's a new year. And then you're like, man, I don't know what to do. And you're like, okay, there is something others talk about. Can we meet? You're connected on Facebook. This is my WhatsApp number. Please share your number. When they share, you call. James, how is that going? Where are you? Are you in Kampala? We need to meet up and talk. That's prospecting. Now, if we meet to meet up and talk, you do 50 of them in a day. How many of them do you think you can meet in the next 3-4 days? I've just been following your TikTok and you seem to have so many people following you. How are you able to make money from your TikTok? Because I'm seeing every post you have more than 2,000 likes. How are you leveraging from this? Do you make money out of TikTok? Doesn't TikTok pay you? No, it's likes and all that. Okay, how about if you land on an opportunity that can help you leverage from these likes that you have? And then you're like, what is that? You're like, let's meet up. And some of you put 500 MBs and you waste all of it just watching, and they tell you 80% of your data used, and there is nothing you've done. And before you know it, you're like, hey, I tell you, too bad. You've been enjoying. We need to know what is right or wrong. You see, in prospecting, read for me that first point. Everybody just sit upright and read it out loud. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, Martha, it's been a pleasure connecting with you here on TikTok. I've been a good loyal follower of you. I've just watched your videos and I really enjoy watching your videos. Every time you post, just know I'm one of those loyal followers that you have. Count on my like every time you follow. So tell me about it, Martha. From your video content creation, how do you make money out of this? Is it like YouTube? Do they pay you money? Tell me. You're so consistent. Every day, 2 videos that are posted. I am just admiring your tenacity in this game of posting on TikTok. And you're like, man, if you're new. By the way, I think it's better we chat on WhatsApp. Do you use WhatsApp? All I'm going to say, yes, I do use WhatsApp. Here is my number. Please drop your number or come inbox. And then they call, they send a WhatsApp message. You invest 200 shillings. You call right away. Hi, Martha, how are you? This is me, Stephen. That is my voice. The other time we're just chatting, and it's a pleasure. You know my photo. It's there posted on the social media plats. Where are you? These people, 4 days you've met. And then you're trying to show them, but you're sleeping on your follows. Imagine. Of these 2,000 people, only 10 of them became distributors. Imagine 10 of them became your directs, like 10. And they're able to just bring one person for you every week. Okay, let's do the math. Are we ready? You see, when I talk, you may not see the picture. Some of you are already dozing on me. Let me just show you. You. This is me. Let me just put my name. And then, I'm the influencer on TikTok. They call them influencers. And then somebody shows me content creators. The content creator SK, this guy tells me, by the way, of your, I have 17,000. Of your 17,000 followers, let's get 10 of them to join you in business after they have seen the plan. This is what they're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please count with me. They are 10. If they are starters, Bambi, you've made some good money times 10, but you've also made your payers, 5 of them, by yourself. Yes or yes? Do you guys get what I'm talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. But then we are saying, if you can only get 10 out of your 17,000 people following you, okay, 2,000 people following you, and then these 10, you reduce the fire. You now can sponsor 1 per week. And they can also sponsor 1 every week. Continuous prospecting. He sponsors 1, he sponsors 1, he sponsors 1, he sponsors 1, he sponsors 1. He sponsors 1, 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 he sponsors 1. That week, you have made pairing bonus only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then next week, you sponsor 1, they sponsor 1, he sponsors 1, they sponsor 1, he sponsors 1. You get that complexity thing happening after 4 months? Yes? Do you see how it's getting complicated? The numbers will grow many or big. Now, there is no right or wrong of doing things. All you need to do is to build that confidence that somebody might like what I have. The gap between you and your success in network marketing is your confidence to approach anyone about your business, because you don't know who might say yes. He said I was speaking to one content creator. They call them content creators, isn't it? And then I was telling her, you have 8,000 people. That is even small, but I didn't want to give her that feeling. And they're like, but you get likes. She has few, but she has a lot of likes. And I'm like, but how do you make money from this? And she doesn't even know. She's just enjoying the numbers of likes. And then I gave her a mindset of, how about if the people who like your business, your post things, one of them starts working with you every week? I'm like, what do you mean? And then I'm like, let's say you're selling something called omega-3. And what does omega-3 do? I told her. And then we opened the mind. And before she knew it, she was like, hey, I think I can talk to some of them, because we haven't met some of these people and we're just talking about things of how to be. You get my point? So prospecting is not hard. Your success and where you are now is in the confidence you build. And there's no right or wrong way of doing it. The man who has confidence in himself gains the confidence in others. When you're so confident doing something, you will get the confidence from other people as well. I was talking to my team about a certain strategy yesterday, but one, and it has started working already. It's just that I had too much confidence. I got them to get that confidence, and they are liking it already. You can do the same. You start alone, you're so alone, you're doing Facebook, and then you're chatting, maybe 15 people a day, and then out of 15, 5 of them are already asking for you to present to them. Today, they are ready to start in terms of, I want to see. And then you're busy presenting after some time. You cannot create that busyness of presenting unless you start by prospecting, which is built in confidence when you start. Are we together? There's so much we can talk about. Let's run. Embrace the suck. What do I mean? You'll be bad in the start. No one starts when they are good. You will be bad before you become good. But then, you will be good sometime. And you have to be good before you become great. There is that book called From Good to Great. Look for it. It's a network marketing book, very good. Good to great, they call it. And great before you become exceptional. That's the way it is. And you should be okay with it. Nobody starts when they're exceptional. Now somebody can say, Steve is exceptional. The way he does his prospecting, yes. I was bad, I practiced, and then I became good, then I became a little bit great, and now I'm exceptional. Talk to 5, I'll have 4. Wanting to see what I have. Sometimes I have 5 out of 5. Depends on my target eye and what I've looked at to get you start the chat with me. So it's time for you to get uncomfortable where you are of not having people and start reaching out to the people because the people are there. I was talking to these guys and I'm like, what? Everybody wakes up in the morning and they're coming to Wandegea Market to sell tomatoes. How much money do they make from selling tomatoes? It is a lot of money, but not all of them make a lot of money. Those ones who bring big boxes and they are 15 and they sell in boxes to people who buy in bulk, they make some money. Now, about those who buy a box of tomatoes, they can't sell it and finish it in one day. Not all of them have that big customer base. Imagine the guy who went to school up to Form 6 and they can't find a job, and now all they can do is to look for somebody who has money and they beg them to buy them a boda boda. And they're joining the already congested Kampala road of boda bodas. How about if you show them another alternative? Imagine the many ladies who are seated in boutiques downtown, and those boutiques are not theirs. They are workers of other people who have other things they are doing. How about if we went to them and you're like, hey, how are you? There is an opportunity for us. We can meet. I've been buying perfumes from you for long. How is business? Is it your business? How much did you start with? Sorry to ask. Like in a month, how much sales do you make? That is after you've created a relationship. They will tell you. You can't get my details when you're not my friend. You understand? But after 3 weeks of us befriending and chatting, and then lunch greetings, and then morning, and then good night messages, and then funny memes here and there, you know what's going to happen? They will now be free with you. And now they'll tell you, Mwana, tuli mukweyiya. Last week, I only sold 1 pair of shoes. And that shoe was only 45,000. And guess what? That shoe, which I sold at 45K, I got it from the wholesale at 35. My profit was 10K. Imagine making 10K in a week and you've been eating every day. And you know what? You pay rent, but also when you go to toilet, you pay a different fee. Yeah? This is business in town, isn't it? So you wake them up and you're like, but 10K, how much did you eat last week? You calculate. They're in losses. They don't know they're in losses until you help them see. Confidence. So when you talk about embracing the suck, you have to accept that you've not been doing it and you're not good at it, and it's time to start doing it right. You'll never accomplish your goals if you stay in the scared mode for long. Or that other mode of what people think about what you're doing. Now imagine there's so many people who are like Dennis here, the voice of the money, who are carrying plastics everywhere. Do you think all of them want? They want. All the people are seated in mobile money shops and maniac tables. Are they their businesses, you think? Some of them are workers. A big majority, 98% are workers of other bosses who are not even there. They make commission of like 2 million for the boss. Boss pays them 200,000 and 5K every day for lunch. That is 150,000 after 30 days, total 350. And the boss is not there. They make him 2.5, he gives them 350, which is a total profit of 2.15 taken for free without being there. Then you tell them, they are using your time. How about if in the time you invest here, you wake up at 7, you're here, you leave at 9 p.m. for 350,000? Don't you see it? How about if you started a business and once a week, because you're still new, you make 200,000, but with a future prospective view of making 1 million per week after 6 months, which is 4 million in a month? Don't you think you're also worth $1,000 a month? Or you don't feel it? Am I making sense? So the moment you stop caring about what other people think, you will do business. The people delaying your success are those you have not yet talked to. And it is very key, and it's very important. So right now, there are contacts, even in your phone books, that you have not talked to. There are some schoolmates and many other people around you who are dying in poverty because you have not told them about the opportunity, and they're every day praying for an opportunity. I wish I can find another job. This job of mine is a chintami. And you're there putting on suits and passing them. Hi, Mama Ann, let me go to work. And then you come here, you attend training, you go home, you've worked. You think you've worked. The work is in talking to people. Anyway, I want you to accept the fact that until you decide to talk to people, things will not change. Are we together? There are so many old people out there who are looking for what we have. There are so many young guys out there who are looking for what we have. I'm imagining how many Form 6 Baptists are not going to join university this year. And what are they doing? They're struggling. They're looking for deals. You give them a deal, not a deal. You understand? Talk to them. Get to talk to them. I want you to do the work. The truth is, nothing is ever going to happen until you start talking to people. It's that easy. You accept it now or later. It is which business? It is network marketing. Network. It involves working. And the kind of work we do is not hard. Really, it's not hard. You know, sometimes when you put on suits, we feel like the other people are so low. But we need them. We need to stoop down to their level and we come with them up so that we can get higher in business. Some of them are not going to come because you've called them. Others, you have to meet them face to face. Others, you have to visit them. Others, you have to bump them or bump into them at church, at the mosque. You have to do that physical. But then some might be online. If you don't do the work now, it's going to be hard for you. You know, success here is not something that just happens because you want it to happen. You go to it. It doesn't come to you. And they talk about earning. People say, I earn a living, isn't it? The word is earn. Earn. It means I work in this place to be paid some money to keep me living. Now, we need to stop earning a living and start earning a fortune. That's for some people to understand tomorrow. But a living is, if I don't earn it, I'm dead. I'm going back to the village. They give you enough to keep you coming back so that you can keep living. You understand? But then you need to come from a level of just earning to survive, to earning not to survive, but to live an extraordinary life where you have enough of what you need to live, but you also have a deficit, you can buy a car. You understand? It's a fortune. So you cannot get to those levels unless you sacrifice and you start talking to people. And it needs discipline, constant, every single day. Now some people do it to pressure, because the upline has put an incentive. And after the incentive, in 3 weeks, they go back. Or they get 3 people started. They pull out the socket. And they start pushing the 3 people to do what they are not doing now. You understand? And the 3 people turn out to be the wrong ones. And it is 3 months later. By the time you want to plug in, the many people have plugged in that socket, the electricity has reduced. You understand? It takes you another 9 months to sponsor 2 people. You can never be great or exceptional if you do it when you feel like. Are we together? So do the work. So if you want to make it in network marketing, you have to look at what the top 3% do and then copy their behavior. Ignore what the 97% in our business of Okata do and compete or completely do what we call the opposite. Many people come, they dress smart, they don't do the work. And it is true, I will stress it. You dress smart, you don't do the work. I ask for your to-do list for the day. And I'm like, so let's talk about what the day was like. How many new people did you reach out to today that didn't know that you're in Okata, that are now knowing you're in Okata? How many of them have you tried to invite? How many presentations have you done to the new people? How many follow-ups have you done today to the people that you presented to about business? You realize 1 or 2, 3, 2 of each. But then you want massive success. Now you talk to 2 people. 2 in 24 hours. Honest and integrity. Are you serious? No. I'm imagining the people who are paid in MTN to call you, to remind you to register your line. Those things they used to register. You remember, there's a way they used to call us to register. These guys are paid on the number of calls they make. You want to make 300 calls between 7 to lunchtime. Because all you need to do is to, hello, how are you? I'm calling in from MTN Uganda, and I want to know if you registered your line. Like, no, I'm not interested. They abuse you. You're okay with it. Your job is just to call, isn't it? And reach out and get your dial list so long so that when the supervisor comes, they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18, 19, 20, 21, 30. Same we have here. Hi, Mark, how are you? I got your number from TikTok, and then we had discussed about an opportunity we can do together. How about if we meet tomorrow? We have a presentation at midday, and then I want you to be a part of my special team of guests that are going to be hosted. We are having the top earners of the company going to present, and I'm going to tell you about details that you need to know to become successful in this business. What did you say, Stephen? Like, yes, money is what I said. Presentation at midday tomorrow. Can you make it? You're like, maybe I need more details. Okay, we shall get back to you. I thought you're serious, but let's see if there is another opportunity that will show up. Tap. You want 100 people. You're not minding what they're going to say. I call all my OBs. Let's say I just wish I can get this list of S6 backists, and I'm an S6 backist as well. Or I can get this. Saying, my friends, I'm going back to my college, and then I'm going to ask my head of department, because I know him. I'm going to tell him, the kids that were in your technical drawing class last year and last year but 1, do you have a group for them? And then I want to see if I can sponsor some this month. I'll show you some of them when I sponsor. I also did technical drawing, but then at the end of the day, I realized, I can negatize them because I'm out of school. I'm just joking. You understand? How about if you call these hobbies of yours? Mark, how are you? You see, we were together in school, and it's been days. It's S6 vacation. We are starting university in August. It is still March. How about if we do some project together for 5 months to help you make about maybe 3 million a month if you're serious? But we have to train you first. Do you mind if you came for a presentation to see the details of what we have? What is that? You want money? Yes. Just come. 30, 50 calls. 8 of them come. That day you have 8 guests. 1 of them is positive. You sign up 1. You're better than he who didn't do the work. You understand? So do the work. The 3% will call without minding what these people are going to say. And it is true. You need to find satisfaction. In a what? in a job well done. And you're like, at the end of the day, you sit back and you're like, wow, I called 70. And you're like, wow. That's Monday. Then Tuesday, you're competing with this. Because you don't compete with other people, you compete with your previous results. And then if you can make 75 Tuesday, you go home and you feel like, Nchikoze, I am better than what I did yesterday. You do 50, no sleeping, because you have underperformed from what you had yesterday. Am I making sense? This is not for everybody. Please tap the lady in the Brighton shirt. Or your neighbor. Oli. Tula bulungi tewebaka. Oluzungu yogedde lungi. Kandi ukendeze. You get it? So Okata is the key that you have to join the world's business titans. Okata is the key that you have if you want to join the titans that are very successful in business. But your mouth is the what? Your mouth is the miracle creator. Kati bw'otayogera togenda kufuna. By the way, you have to keep talking. And even when people join your business, don't stop talking. Because they will not talk if you stop talking to teach them what you talk. Let them see that you're talking and they will learn. Are we together? Did you understand? Some of you, when you sign up 5, you stop talking and you want to teach the 5 how to talk. How do you talk? How to teach someone how to talk? You have to keep calling, tell them sit there. And then you call your people when they are listening. And then they say you sign up another 3. And then there are 4. 3 new and him. And then you keep calling. The next time you meet them, you're like, what are you waiting for? For me to tell you what to do? Read it after me. It won't come easy. It won't come easy. Holden Buggs, one of the very successful black network marketers, says most people miss the work part of network marketing and they want the success. They don't want to work, but they want the success. That's wrong. The truth is, nothing worth accomplishing is easy in life. It's hard for people to deal with rejection, but that's okay. When somebody says, I'm not interested in buying your tie, what do I lose? I keep talking to other people that should buy my tie. When somebody says, I'm not interested, you guys are con men, deep in my heart I know I'm not a con man. It's just that they have limited information about what I do. That's why they're calling me a con man. Why do I get offended? Unless I don't know. So it's hard for most people to stay disciplined and keep doing the work. Even after their initial enthusiasm fades. You see, when you start, you're excited. You have enthusiasm, excitement. But when it fades, it is that discipline to do what you have been taught to do that will keep you going. Most people are hard or find it hard to stay disciplined. Are we together? So it's hard for most people to keep working when there isn't any money flowing in. But the money will not flow in unless you work. So you have to start working for the money to start flowing in. If I want daily payers, I have to take my first 9 months. Actually, I'm not even 9 months yet. Maybe 4 months and a half. So I have another whole 4 months and a half to keep pouring. Instead of being in a comfort zone, because most people find it hard to step out of their comfort zone and talk to strangers. But why do I lose talking to a stranger? Hi, how are you? My name is Steven. I just liked the way you dressed. I feel you're very, 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 very professional for the day as a lady. Nice connecting with you. What's your name? And then they tell me, I'm Lydia. Wow, nice meeting you, Lydia. Do you mind a handshake? Amazing. What do you do, Lydia? I'm a businessman. I work with people who want to make additional money, and I also train people on how to grow personally in terms of finances. What do you do? And then they tell me, oh, I'm an accountant. Amazing. How long have you worked as an accountant? Which firm are you working for? Wow. Where did you study from? Did you do SCCA, CPA? And then you're like, that's so many questions in one. I'm like, yeah, I'm very excited. I I like accountants because really I have so many friends who are accountants. It's like a coincidence that you're an accountant as well, but I'm excited. Did you also do CPA? Blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, I did. You're like, okay, let's have contacts. Keep it at that. Next time, hi, how are you? Da, 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 da. You told me about your project. Yay. If I do that with many people in a week, after 4, 5 weeks, I have some people who want to see my business. Then I'll start showing the business to people. You know, some of the people are not supposed to come here to see the business. Some of them, you have to meet them one-on-one. Are we together? Are we together? So, I could go on and on and on, but most of these lessons really apply to any type of business. But today we're talking about Okata, your business partner, the team you want to set up in place like this. A system you want to build so that your dream can come to pass. You should break the fear of what people will say, the prospecting fear. This is Steve Harvey. Why should you stay in hell when you are in hell? Read it for me at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, cut. With energy. 1, 2, 3, Why should you stop in hell? People are negative, things are not happening, people are not joining my business. Why should you stop in hell? You see, our business ain't hard. It's not hard. It is very simple. You have to learn what to do, but you have to do it right. For example, no one is going to approach you asking you about the business you want them to start, unless you are good and you have branded yourself. But for them to ask, they will have to look at something. For example, probably your catalog on WhatsApp is showing business, or your status has been posting stuff to do with business. So they want to know, what do you do? But that is like 1%. And you have to be good. Attraction. You post attractive pictures and nice quotes, and then things of business, and then hotel, and then CJs on a table alone, and then, stuff which gets people to want to get attracted to you. That is when 1% will come and ask, so tell us, what do you do? But then, that is 1% success. If I want good success, I don't wait for them to come to me. I'll lay myself up so that some can come to me, but the biggest part of the work, I have to go out to them. For example, the guys who are doing catering here, all of them, when the lecturer comes on stage in class, they are telling them there are so many hotels mushrooming around, and you can look for jobs in these hotels. Make sure you're so good at chef so that you can get a nice job in Serena. But then she was in Serena as a waiter or waitress. She knows the fire there. Yes or yes? Yes. Now, if she knows that it's nice on the outside, but in there it is a little bit hot, she's running away. Then it's wise that she goes to them and look for 1 or 2 that can get the 30 for her or for me. And then I get them to see the bigger picture. Yesterday, Batwana was talking to a group of young guys as we finalize. My other team somewhere out of the city, in Boyogerede, very young, Form 6 vacists. There are very many, they're like 28. And then I was telling them, you see, we train every day at 4 p.m. And I was telling them, you know what? Let's go downtown. There's what we call the Central Business District. And then I was showing them examples of, if you want to buy shoes, there is a specific number of buildings. When you go to, there are shoes. If you want ladies' shoes, you don't go to the other building. You have to know that it is this building and you will not go wrong. You understand? Because everybody else gets from there. Then I was telling them, if you want watches, Chinese, modern, there is a particular building next to Galilaya where they buy. If you want phones, those small phones, Manya, Chinese, Tecno, what, next to Galilaya, when you enter like this, on this side, that building, I don't know the name, that is where all of them are. All of them. Neighbor is a computer of a neighbor, and a neighbor is a computer of a neighbor, and these neighbors know that our big fish is the other neighbor, because when he goes to China, you understand? But all of them are there. And I was telling them, the guys who are there, not all of them are making money. Oh, they have put a lot of money, and the returns on investment are very small. Somebody has put 100 million, and they cannot make 3 million every month. And they're still comfortable, and they're waiting for the gestation period. And then I said, most of them have workers of your age that are working there. And how much are they going to pay them? 200,000 and lunch. Which lunch is 5K. So that is 150 in a month, 350. But you're sitting in there, you can go and ask them. You can sell like so many phones for the boss. And you know, one customer has sent 5 million, another customer has given you 3 million, another customer, in one day, you record 38 million. But your salary is 200. Can't you see that you're wasting time? Am I making sense? And I'm like, if you did Okata very well, and let's take an example, 2 wings, networking, team building, and you can only sponsor one person per week, who is a deluxe. How much sponsoring bonus do you get when you sponsor deluxe? Wanji? 200 what? 200 what? Some of you, you remember that video of, is the pressure increasing or decreasing? And then what was it? Is the pressure increasing or decreasing? And some of you are like, increasing. Now, I'm saying 240 something, and some of you don't know. Say, 200 something. How much? 200 something. So, I want us to keep our feet on the pedal.